Okay, so take your comfortable seat, and I'm just going to grab a blanket to sit on. There's a dog bed right behind you. That is super comfortable to sit on. Okay. It's a therapy dog bed, so it is really nice. All right, and then just let your hands rest. Let's go with palms open. And there's something about opening your palms. This is the idea of surrendering, letting your fingers be soft. Yawn if you need to. And then gift yourself permission to let your eyes gently close. Feel your breath. And to bring yourself into your seat. So you feel your sit bones resting, your legs resting. You're scanning your shoulders. And you can drop in a little bit. And just taking this idea of microcosm of the universe living within you, without you, around you, and on your mat. It's in your hands. And if we take the thumb and the index finger and just create a circle with them. Just be with that open circle, the open palms, the extended fingers, even if the fingers are relaxing. And taking this into yourself as the circling, I am open. And the open palms, we could extend that sentence to, I am open to receive. And then feeling into your fingers, extending out, I am open to receive and to offer. All parts of myself. Here in this practice, and here in this life, I am open to receive and to offer out all parts of myself in this lifetime, as it is. Let that be our intention for practice. Just taking a few more breaths here, just feeling into the magic in your hands. The energy around you. And any sounds you're hearing, maybe even outside of your space. And feeling yourself inhaling and re-lengthening. And as you exhale, join the palms together in front of the heart, bow the chin. Welcome yourself to practice. Create a little space between your palms, maybe even between your fingers. And on your next inhalation, lengthen tall, lift your chin. And exhale this breath. And we'll open practice and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. And bowing your chin. Release these hands, palms facing down to your thighs. Good. Stay here exactly as you are. Bring your hands to a place on your thighs that you can really press down into. And then anchor the hands down into your thighs, re-lengthen, lift your chin, inhale your breath. And as you exhale, just take it back. So keep your hands where they are. Start to drop your chin, melt your belly back. You can slide your hands to your knees as you just take the belly back. You know, your sit bones are rolling forward. Get inhale and come up. Move your hands to that place where you can just push down a little bit. And then exhale, roll the shoulders forward. You know it. You're going to take the heart forward, the chin forward, look up. Good. And then press down into your thighs. Inhale up. And exhale, take it back. Good. And then just continue on with your own breath. You can add the rolling of the shoulders and dropping of your chin. Feel your belly also kind of guiding this a little bit. So there's the belly coming forward as you arch your back forward, and the belly drawing in as you arch the belly back. Good. Pardon me. And we'll do one more. We're just going to come back again. Drop your chin, you know, anchor your hands. And now we'll just start to swirl this. So take it over to one side. Roll it forward and over, and just at your own rhythm. You know, just letting yourself emerge slowly. You know, let the shoulders move, the head move, and rocking side to side on your sit bones, your hips. Okay, you might even start to take the shoulders a little bit more, you know, so maybe they crescent forward and roll back. Just be playful. Good. Okay, I'm going to do maybe 3 more circles and just slow them down. We're going to just change sides, and I also want to change the cross of the legs. So just slow your circling down until you get to a place where you can change the legs, and then you might pause for a moment. And we'll start by taking the belly back, and so that way you can take it over to the opposite side and just go slow again. Let this emerge and unfold and unwind you as it is. The shoulders can move in. You can make it really big, but you know, if it's too early, you just say, I'm good where I am right now, and that's okay. Good. Now, where's your breath? Bring it in. Good. Okay. And now I'm just doing the last 3 or so. Starting to kind of slow it down. Good. And then eventually you'll just come back to sitting. And once you get to sitting, take your fingertips to the floor. I'm going to change back to the same, the non-habitual cross. Yeah, good. Okay. And then from here, we're just going to play a little bit. So I'm going to keep the right hand down. Take the left arm behind you, like you're sweeping behind you. Inhale it up. Take it over and just reach for your right knee. And then just drop your head, even tuck back a little bit, just as if you're tucking back, you know, in that, but now we've twisted. Your right hand can walk behind you, okay? And on your inhale, we're gonna grow tall and turn it into twist. Yes, and then we'll inhale, you'll come back to whatever center is, maybe just looking at that right knee. And as you exhale, tuck it back. Okay, so this is it. So just move through these 2. If you need to adjust anything, you know, do that. So you're maybe getting a little bit more opening into the left shoulder blade maybe. As you tuck back, you can let your feet push forward on the tuck back and we'll twist. Good. Let's do maybe 2 more. Move with your breath. Say this is the last one. So you tuck back and you'll come into twist. And we'll just stay in twist for a moment. You can turn the left hand out if you like that. Yeah. Take one more breath. Okay, I'm going to turn the left hand back to hold the knee. Palm holds the knee. The right arm is going to reach behind you as you inhale. You're going to sweep it up. Now we're coming all the way across. It's going to cross over. And like here's where your knees might want to lift. And do that. It's fine. Okay, then I start to, you can even lift them up a lot and then drop them down. And as you drop them down, you kind of open. We're going to tuck back, tuck the chin, breathe. Okay, and then inhale, come up to a straight spine. If the knees have to come up, let that happen, and we'll take the left hand out and bring it behind you. And then you're here in this shape, tuck back, drop your chin, feel what this is, adjust what you need, and then as you inhale, you lengthen, and exhale, twist. So you know it, you're just gonna move between these two places. So the knee, the left knee can move up and down. If you need space, you know, create the space you need. You know, you're doing good work for your spine, for your breath. Good. Okay. You know, you might find it becomes very fluid. Just feel. Okay, I'm going to do one more. And then just take it to twist. We'll just hang out in the twist. Okay, you can turn the right hand out if you like that. Anchor if you like that. Be here. Good. And now I'm going to turn the right palm back down. Reach the left arm up. Sweep it up. It's coming all the way over. You know where it's going. It's going to grab hold of that other knee, so you make what you need. And then you drop the knees. Press yourself back. The knees can push forward. Maybe your feet are even anchored and pushing forward. Okay, let the jaw go. Let the head go. Good. And then inhale, come up, even if that means lifting the knees. Let's do this. Just change your hands to go on the correct knee. Yes, take them down and inhale, reach up. Good. Stay here for 3 breaths. See if you can make your feet a little stronger. Good. One more breath. Okay, we're going to reach up nice and tall as you inhale. On the exhale, the left hand is going to find the right knee, even if the knee has to come up here. Then we reach up through the right side and we're going to crescent over to the left. I'm going to drop the right knee down if that's possible. You know, if it's here, that's your stretch, then that's just fine. Just breathe. You can look up, you can look down. Okay, bring some lift into this. Like, so it's more of like you're extending out. Think of, oh, I'm getting so much extension. Good. And then as you exhale, we're going to take this right arm, find your left knee. Yes. Okay, tuck back, let the knees drop. Tuck back, whatever you need, roll back, whatever you need. You know, you can explore this. Okay. And then we keep the right hand where it is. We're going to sneak the left arm out. And as you inhale, just reach the left arm up. And we'll just go to the second side. So, you know, be curious. It's always interesting to me because this side is very different than the other one. So I'm sure you have that too. Good. One more breath. No, maybe 2 more. I think we did longer on the other side. I always rush. It's funny. We all do it. Just find some length. Okay. And then we'll inhale, lengthen. And exhale, cross it over. Whatever you need here. Tuck back, tuck back. Good. And then start to drop your knees down. We're going to come to forward fold. So as the knees drop, you let your head and chest come down. You'll release the knees. Put your hands on the floor, wherever they're going to go. Yeah. Okay. So here you are. I think we're in this your habitual. Well, notice habitual. Okay. Notice which leg is in front. Spread your fingers. Anchor your hands. So if you're all the way down, maybe come up a little bit so you're on your hands. And then we're just going to push the hands away. Maybe you drop your head a little more. Push your back back. Good. And now just anchor the hands to the floor and pull the floor towards you. So the back, you know, the heart lifts, maybe the head lifts, and you look all the way up. And then exhale, press back. And as you inhale, you come forward. And just do this at your own pace, you know, whatever you need. Be kind and loving. This is a kind and loving practice. I'll emerge when I'm ready. I'll emerge when I'm ready. Good. Okay. All right. And then we're just going to do one last one and pull the hands forward. Find the length in the spine. And from there now, walk your hands out and come down to your version of this forward fold. Let yourself melt whatever you can. But then you feel the breath. Okay, so we're still at the beginning of practice. If it feels too deep, just walk your hands back. See what you can melt. I'm going to say forward folds are cooling on a hot day. Whatever you notice. Good. Okay. Take 2 more breaths. Good. And then we'll just walk the hands back. Maybe let your head hang. And then the hands can come to support you on the sides. We'll stretch the legs out. Good. And we'll just move your little feet around. Take your time. Take your time. Nothing to do but just come out. So take your time. Good. Okay. And then once you're here, we'll just sit for a moment. We're going to do twists with the legs straight. So if you need something underneath your knees, you honor that. Yeah, and I'll just remind you, I'm sitting on a blanket. He's sitting on a dog bed. So it does make things a little easier. So you sit up nice and tall as best as you can. I'm going to just take the right hand behind, and the left hand's going to find the outside of this thigh here. Okay, now your feet. Just take a quick look at your feet. The heels are on the floor. The toes are pointing up. And then exhale and turn. And as you turn, you might just feel, the left leg wants to go forward, the right leg wants to hike back. It's the hips moving to find this part of a twist. The left palm can turn out. Just be here. Okay, now in this twist, keep everything as it is. Soften through your legs a little bit, even if the feet need to just soften. Good. Take 1 more breath. Good. Okay, I'm going to keep the left hand where it is. Bring the right hand out to the side, and then you might adjust your hips and your legs. I'm going to take a sliding forward fold over the right leg. So the left hand can turn, whichever way. Just let it slide. And when it says that's enough for you, that's enough. And you can let the hands rest, and you're just going to turn and look towards your right shoulder as best as you can. Okay, some of you might even get your hand right to that right foot. But I'm still doing the turning. I'm pressing into the right leg or foot with the hand and twisting from the mid-belly as best as you can. So as I twist from the mid-belly, the other thing I'm doing, friends, is pushing back from that solar plexus area. So it's almost like an anchor. Good. Okay, inhale. And then exhale, just take yourself out, come back and sit. And just, close your eyes or look at the floor. Let the unwinding unfold. Just sitting like this on the floor is good medicine. So wherever you went on the forward fold is irrelevant. Just be here. Okay. Find your feet as best as you can without hardening the thighs. As soon as I start to think about really working the legs, I want my thighs to just kind of be here. They're not going to be super hard. Okay. The left hand comes behind and the right hand just comes over. You lengthen and then turn. And as you turn, give your legs permission if they want to move. Let that happen. Good. And then look over your shoulder. Okay, now stay in your twist and just take your powers of observation to your, from the waist down. Are you bringing in extra tension that doesn't need to be there right now? And inhale. Now I'm just going to release that left hand just to come over to the side. Maybe the legs need to adjust. And then exhale and just slide yourself forward wherever you go. If you grab the foot, you grab the foot. If you don't, it's fine. Just turn. Push into that leg. Turn from the mid-belly. This is you actually doing the work. You're turning. And then you might even press back a little bit. Look over your left shoulder. So you feel your, let's say this abdominals, like if I say your core, whatever we think of as our core is engaged. And the core is everything, the back, the sides of the waist, the deep abdominal muscles. Okay, exhale and release, just come to sit again. Just be here, we'll let the untwisting happen. And we're gonna do a forward fold coming forward. You might want your straps, you don't have to go that far. If you don't go that far, you can use your strap to just hold the feet. So that's one way, okay? So otherwise you're here, maybe move your feet. Maybe you want to turn your inner thighs out a little bit. Yeah, and then just find your sit. Feel your sit bones equally weighted. Your powers of persuasion. Okay, I'm gonna lift the arms up. If that's no good for your back, don't do it. But if you're good, you zip up in the abdominals, lift your arms up, reach up. And as you exhale, as if you're reaching up and over your hips, and just reach forward, take the hands down wherever they need to go. You can grab your feet, awesome. But if not, it's fine. Let the head go. And just breathe, breathe. Just breathe. So stay here in this, soften what you can. And I did a workshop on the psoas this weekend. It was very interesting. And the psoas is this big muscle. It's not a big muscle, but it attaches at your L5 and it comes across and over. It's imperative for walking, and it gets very tight when we're sitting. It's a lot of it gets blamed for a lot of things. But what's interesting about the psoas, I'm just going to share with you while you're in your forward fold, is that it attaches at the same place as where your diaphragm lives, your center diaphragm. Okay, take a big breath, release your breath, and now just walk yourself upright, come and sit. As you come and sit, we're just going to fold the legs into your habitual cross. Just come to your habitual cross. Let your hands rest, palms open. So what's interesting about that is that a lot of times when things get tight in the low back, the psoas, the walking, the hips, all of that, we know as yogis, you can work it and stretch it out. But the thing that we yogis are doing the whole time is breathing. And that's where things get tight. Sometimes it's just the breathing. Okay, so we're just going to do a little breath of fire to kind of pump that in this heat. We're going to do the breath of fire to pump that your diaphragm a little bit and to expand our breath. And when we expand the breath and we expand the diaphragm, then a lot of things around it relax. Okay, so this is breath of fire. And I'm going to do it really fast, and then we're going to start really slow. So just so you hear it, it goes like this. Take a big breath. I pump here. Okay, so every time I push that breath out, I'm just letting it come out of the mouth. I'm not forcing the sound, it's just coming. It's a little constrained in the throat. Okay, and it just keeps going. I'm doing it even now as we talk. But we're going to do it really slow. So we'll start with the palms up. You sit however you like. I'm just taking you into cross-legged. Sit on your props. Yeah. Okay. And now just take a big breath in. Hold it. Draw your belly in and up. Lift up. Drop the shoulders. Lift. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. And then exhale. Let it go. Take a normal breath in, but expand through this belly area. And then exhale. Okay. One more time, a nice big breath in. Hold it. Take your belly in and up. Hold your breath. I'm just making this voice. I don't have to talk like this. One more breath. One more moment. And then let it go. And then just a normal expansive breath. Okay. Take your fingers and just find where your ribs join. And just below it, above the navel, is your solar plexus. And it might feel hard. Okay, that's where the diaphragm lives. So this is where we're going to pump. I'm just tapping in here. So you feel it and you're like, okay, that's where it is. So when we put the hand down, it's good for your voice too. When we put the hand down, we know where it is. Okay, so we'll take a nice big breath. And then you'll just suck it in there. Take a big breath. Pull in. A big breath. Pull in. A big breath. Pull in. Let's do 3 more. And then just breathe. And just feel. You might feel lightheaded. You might feel opening. Whatever you feel is yours. And we're going to do one more round. I'm going to change the cross of the legs. Good brain, Jim. Good. Okay. So I'm going to pump fast. You can pump fast with me, or you just do what we just did, and you can do if you're doing it slow, do about 8 or 10, and then just rest. Okay? So big breath in. and let it go. Okay, just normal breathe. Feel that potent breath of fire. And now I'm sweating. So it's all good. Good. Okay. Let's bring it onto your backs. So bring your strap with you. Bring your block with you. Bring a blanket if you like that for your head. And we're going to put the block under the sacrum and the hips. If you like a bolster, you prefer something softer, then you bring a bolster. It's all fine. And just keep puppy sleeping on my strap. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we'll just take your stuff and I brought my what am I thinking? I bring my eye pillow instead of my block. Okay. All right. And once you're down, then let's just take a few moments, just however you want to be, lying down. If you're outside, you get to look up at the blue sky and feel the breeze. Good. Okay, I'm just going to take the block, find your block, and we're going to put the block under the sacrum, and you're going to try and go on whatever the highest height is for you. If the highest height is the lowest height, and that is the best you're going to do today, then that is the best. But if you can go higher, lift your hips, go second. See how that is? And if you can go higher, you walk your feet in, lift your heels, and lift the hips so high. And put that block in on its highest height. And then you put the feet back. So just whatever works for you is right. And then just be here for a few moments. Okay, we've gone this highest height, or the highest height you can do today. So what we're going to do next, I'm just talking to you while you're resting, is you're going to walk your left foot into what you feel is center. And I'm going to stretch the right leg out. And I might put the heel on the floor if that works for you. That's, could be big, or you can lift it up. That's more work, but it might be happier if you extend through the heel. So whatever works here, you're extending through the heel. Even if it's on the floor, I'm still getting a little longer with it. Okay, take one more breath. Okay, I'm just going to say this too. Notice if your toes are winging out to the right. Can you pull them into the midline as best as you can? Good. And then rebend. Place the right foot down and then just do nothing. Just breathe. This is your upside down portion too. Okay, now the right foot walks into whatever you feel center is. And we'll take the left leg out. Maybe out, maybe down. Whatever it is, you're flexing through the heel. I'm just going to accentuate this turning out here. Bring the toes in to center. I want the toes to be upright as best as I can, but that can bring up a whole bunch of other stuff. So again, all in good time. Good. One more breath. And then release the left foot back. And then just be here in this. You can separate the feet apart. Even take the feet a little wider maybe. That might feel really nice for you. If you've been flying today or driving, then this might feel really nice too. Good. Okay. So I'm going to walk the feet in a little bit. And then we're going to lower down. If you're on the highest height, you're going to the second height. If you're on the second height, you're going to the first height. And if you're on the first height, you stay there. So just take it down to whatever the next level is. And take a few moments. You're starting to come down. Yes. So just melt yourself in. Okay, so now we're on a little bit lower height. Maybe here both legs can extend quite nicely for you. If that's no good, just do one at a time. If you want to separate your feet apart a little wider, that's fine. Do your best in your mind's eye to feel that your feet are as if you're standing on them. What a weird way to stand. Good. Okay, take one more breath. Press the heels into the floor and away. Good. And then rebend your legs, feet to the floor. Heel toe your feet as wide as you like. Rest in. Yes.
Okay, and then the last one. So if you're on the second height, you're going to the lowest height. If you're on the lowest height, you're coming off the block. And we're just going to be in the, if you're off the block, then lucky you, you get to just hang out there for a little bit. And if you're on the lowest height, just be here. One more, two more breaths. If you want to stretch your legs out, you can. But we're going to take the block out right about now. Pardon me, just set the block aside. Heel toe your feet nice and wide and just rest in. The knees can come together if you like, or you can stay apart. Good. Okay. Oh, so good. I'm going to bring both knees into the chest now. Take your arms up and over and just hug them in. You know, this is the massage for the low back. You're just going to move the knees in and out. And whatever you're feeling in your back, you know, you're going to feel. If you walk your hands down the shins too, it will put pressure in different parts of the back. So you can just walk your hands up and down your shins, give a little pressure, and then. Okay. Great. All right, guys, so let's put the feet on the floor. And grab your strap. And I'm going to keep the left leg bent. Take your right foot into your strap, and we'll just stretch the leg up. We're just going to start with the shoe shine. So I'm just bending mine just for visual, so you can see, just moving the strap over your foot. Okay. And then we'll guide the strap up to the balls of the feet. Reach up with your hands. Good. And the left leg can stay bent for a few moments here. Just allow the weight of your leg to drop. So if you have to have the knee bent or the leg needs to move away a little bit, do that. And be here. Good. Okay, just melt what you can. And do one more breath with the left leg bent. Okay. Stay here and just lift the sole of the, I'm going to keep the left heel on the floor, lift the sole of the foot up. So the heel is really anchored. I'm going to push the heel, the left heel down into the floor. Push the right foot into the strap. Yes. Okay, and then you can soften that bit of pressure and extend the left leg if you like that, if that's your pose here. Okay, so here we are. We're going to stay with this leg lifted for about 10 breaths. That's about a minute. So adjust it what you need so you can be here. And then I'm starting now. So you just close your eyes if that's what it is, or look at your foot. Drop your jaw, even like open your mouth a little bit. And see if you feel your hips relax when you do that. Just allow the weight of the foot to drop into the weight of the ankle, the weight of the shin, the weight of the knee, the weight of the thigh, and the weight of your right back hip. Okay, bring your breath in. Like you're just lying on your back, staring at the grass. Just breathe. Good. Okay. So we're just coming to the end. If your leg is starting to feel like it's falling asleep, you're okay. We're going to take it down in a minute. I'm going to add a little bit of breath and fire here. So you can do 5 slow rounds, or you'll just do fast with me till I tell you to stop. Okay, so let's start this way. Put both straps into your left hand, and the right hand is coming to the right thigh, just resting at the top of the right thigh that's facing you. You're just going to push it away a little bit. So we just get a little bit of space here for the diaphragm, for the hip, everything. Okay, here we go. Big breath in. And release. Okay, you can release the breath. One more breath with the leg lifted, and then we'll release the foot. Take the leg out or bend, whatever you're doing, and just drop in. And just feel, feel, feel. We think of that breath of fire as massaging, activating, and releasing anything that needs it. And that might be for you today, piriformis, front of the hip. We just add in a little bit of internal massage. Okay, we're gonna bend the knees, and I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try and get both knees up into my chest at the same time, and then feet to the floor, let them touch at the same time. And then once you're here, we're gonna bring the left foot in towards you, put the strap over, keep the right leg bent. And once you have the strap there, we'll just start with the shoe shine or the sole shine of your foot sole. Just opening it up and releasing. Hopefully this feels really good. It feels good when you have your socks on too. It just feels good. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, you're gonna just make your way up to the balls of the feet. Extend the leg in your way that is healthy and healing and feels good. That doesn't mean there's no discomfort. Take your hands and just hold the strap. Find your place with your left leg, and it could be very different than the right, so be very open. What does this side need? Okay, we'll take a few moments. Just drop in. Let everything melt that you can. Just letting this leg find its place. Okay, so I'm going to remind you on the right side, the right heel stays on the floor. I'm just going to flex the foot, and then I anchor that heel down, and I'm going to push that left foot into the strap. Breathe. And just take 2 breaths with this deep, deep, active work. Here, you're just extending, and then soften whatever you need to. Extend the right leg if that's where you're going. Okay, and then here we are, and we're just going to drop into wherever you are here. Allow the weight of the left leg dropping all the way into the left hip. Let that soften your belly, the outer hip. Be very conscious of this whole connection that's holding your left leg up. Good. And breathe. And we're going to add breath of fire. So I'm going to put both straps into the right hand, and the left hand is just going to rest in the front of the thigh and just give it a little press away, just to make space. Even if your knee's bent, it still happens. Okay, and then preparing for breath of fire, big breath in. And let it go. And just be here. You can separate both hands again if you like. One hand in each strap or one strap in each hand. Good. Nice. And then release that leg. And again, you'll take it down to rest, stretched out or bent. Let your arms come out. And feel. Good. Okay, well, I didn't plan to do this, but my brain is saying, Joe, this is what's next. So here's what's next. Bend your left leg. Roll yourself over to your right side. Good. Pause for 2 breaths so we don't come up dizzy. Good. Okay. And then press yourself up. And here's what I'm feeling we're going to need to do next. I'm going to take my 2 blocks, and this could be a bolster as well. Like this, you can make it soft. What I'm going to do is put the 2 blocks, and they're right beside each other. And they're coming down middle of the mat. And I'm going to lie down so I get the tops of my thighs, like from the hip crease to, wherever it goes. So not knee side. You're going for the hips. And you're going to play. Like playing meaning moving up and down. This might be different for guys. I don't know. We're going to find out in a second. And then you can tuck your toes under. So here's Sphinx. I'm up on my forearms. Or you can put the tops of the feet down, make it more restorative. So you might come forward and lie down. So what we're looking for here is just to get those thighs back. Okay, now that I've come to lie down, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. I can just feel them pressing back, the thighs pushing back. And, toes tucked under, tops of the feet down. Move yourself around, be curious because nobody's there to come and adjust you. So you have to do it. And just feel, how is it hard?
Good.
Okay. Good. So just let yourself be here. It's feeling, I want you to feel like, maybe you feel like this arch in your low back is happening. The thighs are being held back. I'll just breathe here. Okay. So just do another 3 or 5 breaths. Let them do their work. Full exhalation. Okay. All right, well, let's play a little bit, friends. And I'm going to have you sneak the block out from the right thigh. And then the left thigh block, you might have to push it down a little bit. It might, you'll see where it goes. So we're just going to have the left thigh supported. If you're on your bolster, just slide your bolster over to just the left thigh. And then come back down and rest. You can change the cross of your arms. If you had your head turned one way, turn it the other. Let's see which way would be better. Oh, either way. And then just take a few moments. Breathe deep into this imbalance. Okay. So before we switch sides, it's always fun to feel what we've done. You might tuck your toes under and just roll over to the right. Take that block out and just come onto your tummy completely. Just feel. Okay, the other thing that we've been doing here is a lot of work for the diaphragm, this breath of fire. So just in this position, I can feel everything opening here for myself. So hopefully you can too. And as you take in your next few breaths, imagine you can breathe in the full circumference of the mid belly, sides of the waist, and the mid low back area. Just take a few deep breaths and really expand into that place, even if you do it 2 or 3 times. And then just rest. Okay. Now we have that block on the right side, so you can just roll yourself over to the left side and fit that block into the top of the right thigh there, and be very, open to moving around until you find that place where it feels okay. And you can drop in, I'll say again, tucking the toes under might give you more support. For your knees, you see if you need that or not. And then just breathe. So final few breaths. Soften, let go, melt, release, anything you can. Good. Okay, and then we'll just sneak that block out from underneath. Come back onto your tummy. Change the cross of your arms if you need to. Good. So we're just going to rest in. You can feel maybe very grounded. Okay, well, let's come up for Sphinx. So we can put the forearms on the floor, and you might stay here. This might be your locust. for the day. So you stay here for a moment. Okay. Good. All right. So you either come back here, but what we're going to do is move into Shalabhasana. So I'll take the arms by the sides, and I've just lifted them up. They're straight. Like my hands are open. You could turn your palms up. That might be nice for your shoulders. You see. And then just reach back for your feet. Don't bend your legs. Just reach back with your arms till you feel your head, your chest lift. Lift your shoulders. If this doesn't feel good, go back to Sphinx, because the next thing I'm going to do is lift both legs up. I'm going to spread the toes, spread the fingers, reach. Remember when we were on the block and you stretch your legs out and you're kind of like in this shape? One more breath. Okay, lower down, rest. Good, one more breath. Okay, so from here we're going to come to child's pose. And if it's very hot and sweaty where you are, you can roll onto your back and just have your knees in. Otherwise, just pick yourself up and come back to child's pose in whatever way you like. So, if you like to put the bolster blanket between your hips and your heels, you want your knees really far apart or closer together. Just drop in. You can put a block under your head if you like that. And in your child's pose, friends, let your tail be very heavy. If your hips are really high above your heels, try your best to prop up or even lift your head up, and that will take your hips towards your heels a little more. And just let this tail, your hip flexors, the outer hips, everything be very heavy. Just taking maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. Okay. And then we'll make our way onto your backs in your Shavasana or your legs up the wall, whatever you'd like to do to end this practice. And I think once you come down, I'm just going to guide you through one more relaxing breath. So breath of fire is not relaxing. You wouldn't do it before you go to bed, even though, we're kind of there. I'm going to take you into more relaxing breathing. So take your time and set up what you need. If you want to put a block under your hips for a few moments, or hug your knees in, or happy baby, or any of that stuff that you feel you kind of need, maybe just to settle, and then go ahead and find that. Good. And so I'm just going to give you a few moments to get yourself settled. Good. No, I got that. Yeah. So in your rest, just beginning to focus on your hands. Just feeling into any vibrational energy or any tension you may hold in your hands. Feeling your fingers just gently curling around that energy swirling in your palms, whether you feel it or not, it's there.
And if it feels like it would be appropriate or ready for you to take your hands and just lay your palm somewhere on your body. You just sneak them in somewhere and just let this energy and heat from your hands be acknowledged. You're welcome to keep the hands there or take them back out whenever you like. Now just tuning into the flow of your breath. In and out through your nose. And so just finding for yourself this equal breathing. So you can count if that helps, or just feel that as you inhale and exhale, they're almost of the same length, the same potency. And at the same time, as you feel the flow of your breath, just be aware of any tension that might gather in your eyes or your jaw. And staying with this breath, this filling, nourishing inhale, and this fully releasing and freeing exhale. And now just taking this breathing, this breath, and imagine that it's just massaging from the base of the spine up to the crown of the head as you inhale, and down from the crown of the head along the length of the spine to the tail as you exhale. With your imagination, follow that breath. Maybe you can even feel from the inside of the spine, as if this breath is just massaging the whole length of the spine, all the way from the base to the crown of the head, and all the way back down and out. And you're welcome to stay with that breath for as long as it feels right. And when you're ready to just be in your rest, you'll just let it go.
And choosing to stay as you are for as long as you like. If you're ready to start to gently awaken, let it be guided by your breath. So take your time, friends, and take about 10 breaths, about a minute. Just waken yourself and stretch as you need. Take your time, and once you do get onto your side, then just stay there for a few moments. You're just inviting yourself to stay in this restful state for as long as possible. If you could stretch it out. That's it. Now just beginning to make your way into your seated, if that's where you're headed. And once you do get up, we're just going to also just sit the way we did at the beginning. So again, don't feel you have to rush, because you're just rushing to sit. So once you get here, you'll sit maybe both palms up again in a comfortable place. I'm going to go to my non-habitual cross. And I'm just taking a few moments, just be in this, sacred quiet. This space of you, of your breath, and of this time for deep personal connection. And whenever you're ready, I'll bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, lengthen, lift your chin. Stay here as you exhale. And join in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale.
May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy.
And we'll seal that with one Om. Inhale. A full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Lift your chin, open your eyes, and offer this to ourselves. A nice hot breath on this hot day, and out to each other. With so much gratitude and love, you guys. Thank you. Mwah. Yes, I know. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful night. And we'll see you in